Marvel has not yet fully built the foundation of its multiverse saga. After watching Fantastic Four First Steps, it seems like the idea of incursions, which was set up in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and the Marvels, is now being abandoned. So, what exactly is Marvel's plan for the Multiverse Saga? It looks like we now have an idea. The concept is Doom versus Kang versus Loki, a battle for survival and for free will. We've already seen that Doom has set out on his path. He is heading toward a being that offers a temporary solution to the chaos, but Doom doesn't believe in temporary fixes. He believes in a permanent cure, even if it means allowing a war that everyone else is trying to prevent. Let's go step by step into this war. First, the concept of incursions has essentially been dropped. For longtime Marvel fans, we know incursions are a phenomenon where universes collide, collapsing the multiverse. Something explored in Avengers, New Avengers, and Time Runs Out storylines in the comics. In the MCU, we first heard of incursions in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where Earth 838's Reed Richards explained that Strange's presence caused two universes to collide. This was a great explanation, different from the comics, but solidly set up. The setup was reinforced in the Marvels, where Monica Rambeau ended up on an X-Men universe, showing boundaries between worlds weakening. But outside of these two movies, Marvel hasn't built upon incursions anywhere else. Even in Fantastic Four First Steps, which took place on Earth 828, there was no mention of incursions, not even in mid- or post-credit scenes. This puts huge pressure on Avengers. Doomsday, since it now has to explain both the collapse of the multiverse and also the story of its biggest villain, while introducing multiple universes' heroes to this threat. It feels like Marvel is ditching the incursion storyline entirely, giving us a new reason for the destruction of the multiverse, and its solution. That reason is free will. The base of the Multiverse Saga is the Loki series. Loki discovered there was no such thing as free will. Everything was written by He Who Remains. Anyone who deviated from their path had their timeline pruned. Sylvie fought TVA because it stole her life, and she didn't want anyone else to suffer like her. When Loki finally met He Who Remains, the latter explained that without the sacred timeline, multiversal war would return. That's why he kept the timeline under control, but this left no free will at all. Sylvie killed him, restoring free will, but also unleashing infinite branches that overloaded the temporal loom, causing destruction. Loki then sacrificed himself to hold the timelines together, creating a branching tree-like structure, restoring free will but only temporarily. The threat of multiversal war still loomed. TVA tried to handle it, but Doom brings his own solution. Let the war happen. Doom's philosophy is simple. Allow all Kong variants to fight, destroy themselves, and burn it all down. That is their free will. In fact, Doom believes the destruction should be accelerated. For that, he seeks out tools and powers, including Franklin Richards, as teased in Fantastic Four First Steps. Franklin Richards has the power cosmic, but he's also tied to Kang since Kang, Nathaniel Richards, is a descendant of Reed Richards. If Doom captures multiple Franklin Richards across universes, he can alter Kang's future. Absorbing multiple versions of Franklin's power cosmic would make Doom godlike. With that power, Doom accelerates the destruction of the multiverse, encounters Doctor Strange, armed with Darkhold knowledge, and approaches Loki to present his plan. Let the multiverse fall, and from the ashes, rebuild a new world. A world with free will, but under Doom's rule. This is where the difference lies between Doom and He Who Remains. He Who Remains allowed no free will, pruning any deviation. Doom, on the other hand, wants to allow chaos. Let the war happen, and then shape the survivors into his perfect world. Battleworld. A utopia where everyone is happy, but Doom is king. This is the groundwork for Secret Wars. Doom, with Strange and Loki, using Franklin Richards' power cosmic, creating Battleworld. A world without Kang, without multiversal war, Without He Who Remains, without Alioth, just Doom's order. But in creating it, Doom accelerates destruction across countless universes, even kidnapping Reed and Sue's child. Avengers, however, don't work this way. They sacrifice themselves for others, not the other way around. This is where Secret Wars begins. Reed sets out to save his son, and the Avengers rise to restore the multiverse. Doom's solution may look like free will, but it is only partial freedom under his control. That is not true free will. Personally, I wanted Marvel to make a full movie about incursions. Imagine seeing one Earth crash into another on screen. But instead, Doom's path is similar to Thanos. Not balance in one universe, but balance across the multiverse. So, what do you think of Marvel's new plan? Is Doom truly trying to save everyone, or is he straight up evil? Will Loki have any choice but to side with him? And will Doctor Strange join Doom, like in the comics? Let's discuss in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Comics Gang.